says y equals 2x minus 8. Y'all see where I am? Yeah. All right. So we talked yesterday about what a function is, right? One and only one what? Output for every input, right? Which means what can't repeat if I'm looking at some numbers? The x's can't repeat, right? How can I tell on a graph if it's a function or not? The pencil test, that's right. If it touches it more than once, I thought this would load and I could see because it was still, come on, come on, come on. Remember that pencil test we talked about yesterday? If it touches more than once, Trevor, if you don't take your behind back to your seat. All right. So here we go. That's what a function is. Now, if I just have an equation that says y equals, it's hard to tell if it's a function or not. But what we can do is we can change it to where it's written so it tells me that it's a function. And the way we do that, and you've probably seen this before, is f of x equals 2x minus 8. So it says we read this as f of x equals, and then your 2x minus 8. So this tells me this is the same thing as y. This is the same thing as y. It just tells me that it's a function. All right, Samik. Samik. We don't always have to say the first thing that pops in our head. All right. Yes, yes. I'm gonna send it to his mama. It's the same thing as y. All right, look, same thing. Put your computer up now. We don't need it anymore. Put that up. Close it. Close that computer. Don't pay him any attention. Close that computer. Well, close it anyway. Okay, don't say inappropriate things like that. Okay. All right, no, stop, stop, stop. Max, close your computer in case it distracts you. I know, it might call out to you as you're sitting there. Okay, is anybody confused? F of x. Now, we can use different letters. You could use a G and call it G of x. It's the same thing, okay? This just tells me the variable that's being used, and when it's written like this, it just tells me it's a function. I gotta get my words out. It's a function, which means it passes that vertical line test, okay? 4 on the floor, Brandon, 4 on the floor. I've already had somebody fall this morning. Yes, right back there, sitting where Aaliyah sits. Fell slap on the floor right there, hit his head too. All right. All right. Now, it says to, what? I put it in quotation marks down there, Samik, right here. This is read as if he bothers you, tell me. I'm fixing to show you. Told me to go back. I'm waiting on you to copy. Okay, Max. Not appropriate. Okay, to evaluate a function for a specific value, substitute the value in for x. For x, that's an x that goes in that blank. So look at number 1. Oh my goodness. Right here. Then Samik's not going to get what I put on here now. And he's going to say, but Miss McGee, I didn't get that. All right. If f of x is x plus 7, and I ask you to find f of 5, that tells me, look, everywhere there was an x, what do you think I put in this place? A 5. So instead of x, I'm going to put a 5 plus 7. What's 5 plus 7? 12. No. This is not multiple choice. This is part A, part B, part C. All right, this is part A. You got to do 3 times for each problem. No. So look at part B. Part B says f of -1. So now I'm replacing the x. Literally, if you could come in and take it out, whatever's in parentheses goes in its place. So now it's not x, it's what? -1 plus 7. What do you get? 6. Y'all see what we're doing? Yep. Well, this is an easy equation right here. How about f of -3? -3 plus 7, which is 4. Everybody okay so far? Starting out easy, yes? No? I'm going to do 1, 3, and 5 together. Actually, I might do 1, 3, and 6 together. We'll see. Because they're a little bit harder on the varying ones. You'll see. All right, number 3. I would definitely use a calculator. Notice there's another variable here. All right. Now, just fill out your smart pass. Turn around so I see it and go. I did it yesterday. You said you didn't have your bag yesterday. And she gave me a new one. Where's the new one at? Oh, y'all literally Miss McGee if I all right. Look at part A. Look at part A. Max. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. All right. Everything stays the same except for the X, right? So 2/3 is still here. Now look, what is the operation if you don't see anything in between? What am I doing with 2/3? Multiplication. That's exactly right. Remember that because that's going to help us in just a minute. 2/3 times -3 minus 1. Now, I would use my calculator if I were you because you're always going to have your calculator. Do y'all know how to put this in your calculator? Calm down, Max. Calm down. You just get so excited. Actually, you know what? Let me show you on Desmos since that's what you'll be using. All right. All right, when you do 2 over 3 on a calculator, what you want to do, you want to do a parentheses, then a 2 divided by 3, and then you want to close the parentheses. Uh-oh. I got to come over here and close the parentheses, okay? On those kind of calculators, same thing, you want to do parentheses, okay? So what did I say? 2/3 times what? Times -3. And hit enter or equal or whatever, and what's the answer? -2. 2 divided by 3, but put it in parentheses on that calculator. All right, so 2/3 times -3 is -2. What is -2 minus 1? And use your calculator. -1 equals -3. That's right. Oh. Is that Samik? -3. That's not Chris. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. Not me. Oh, that's what I should do. I'm too nice, I think. Samik, turn your tail around. All right, part B. Part B. Guys, remember my equation is 2/3 x minus 1. Okay. Part B asked me to find h of 0. So that means every place there was an x, what am I replacing it with? 0. Okay. So I've got 2/3. It's not x anymore. What is it? Times 0. Times 0 minus 1. Well, I want to do the multiplication first, right? Right? Why do I do multiplication before subtraction? PEMDAS. That's exactly right. The order of operations. All right. What is 2/3 times 0? 0. What is 0 minus 1? -1. This is nothing more than plugging in. That is all I'm doing is plugging in over and over and over. But it's so important that you can do this. All right, C says h of 9. H of 9. H of 9. Oh my goodness. Okay. Come on, Max. Come on. 2/3 times what? 9. Minus 1. Take out your calculator. Everybody, right now, make sure you can do a fraction in your calculator. Do 2/3 times 9 and tell me what you get. 2/3 times 9. Mark, set, go. Did you do it or you heard them say 6? I hate that. Five. All right, listen, guys. I feel like I'm fighting a bunch of squirrels in here. Beckley? The Henderson told me he'd come up here and help me out if I needed some help. The ROTC guy. I just know Mr. Henderson, but he's not like, he's something Henderson. I don't know what all those things before their name are. Huh? No. All right, look at, let's do 6, yeah. I was fixing to say the same thing. Now look, let me tell you this. Everybody make a note right now. You see this negative in front? This is the same thing as -1 times x squared plus 6x minus 4. So be very careful, and you'll see why that's important in just a second. Whenever I do PEMDAS, what does the E stand for? Exponents. So that says that I have to do exponents first, and then I multiply by -1, okay? So be very, very, very careful. Yes. Because there's nothing there, so there's an imaginary 1 in front. If you just had x squared, it would be an imaginary +1, but because there's a negative there, it's a -1. All right. Yep, go ahead. Okay. Part A, this one is probably one of the trickier ones. I even have calculus students now that still get hung up on this, so be very careful. Part A says f of -3. Now I've got x in here more than one time. I've got lots of stuff going on, right? So I'm going to be very careful, and right now I'm just going to put it in there the way it is. So I'm going to say -1 times -3 squared. I put that in parentheses so you didn't think that I was subtracting it. Plus 6 times what? -3 minus 4. Every time there was an x, it got replaced with -3. Okay? Now let's solve it. Exponents come first, yes? All right. -1, what's -3 squared? -3 times -3 is +9. Now it's going to make it -9 with this number in front here. If you put it on your calculator, make sure you did parentheses, -3 parentheses to the second power. Where did I lose you? I'm going too fast? Okay, let's rewind back. What's in blue is what's on your paper, yes? The only thing I did on that second step was I put this -1 in front. Because it just says -x squared, but that's the same thing as -1 times x squared, right? Okay. No? One of y'all back there said something. No? All right. Then I rewrote, look, listen. I rewrote the entire equation, but every time I had an x, I took it out and I put a -3 because that was what was in parentheses here. 6x, I dropped the x off and I replaced it with -3. Are y'all with me now? No, Dustin. No? All right. The equation is -x squared plus 6x minus 4. If I ask you for f of -3, because this is f of x, so that means everywhere that there was an x, I'm putting a -3. So there, and there. Does that make sense? What's in parentheses tells you what to literally replace every x with. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. All right, look, let's finish this one and then I'll show you another number. All right. What's 6 times -3? What is -1 times 9? -9. All right, add all those numbers together. Subtracting a number is the same thing as adding a negative. Literally, let's try this time. Yeah. Everybody take your pencil. Gotta be a pencil. Gotta be a pencil. Everybody take your pencil. Negative 31. Write this equation, but write it kind of big. In pencil. Write it in pencil on the side of your paper. Flip it over to the side or something. Or up at the very top or something, somewhere. All right, here's what I want you to do. It asked me, part B asked me for f of -1. I want you to take your eraser on your pencil. Change this, erase it, and put a -1 right there in that parentheses. Right here. Now, I want you to look at this equation and I want you to erase every single x in here. And everywhere you erase an x, put a 1. So erase it. Erase it. Yep, that's why I told you write it in pencil. -1, -1. 6B. This is 6B. All right. Justin, do you see what we're doing now? Can you see how we're replacing the x's? All right. -1 to the second power. So I'm only doing what's in pink here. What is -1 to the second power? -1 times -1 is what? 1. So this is -1, because this negative out here. What is 6 times -1? -6. Now, what is -1 plus -6 minus 4? Negative what? Close. -11. The negatives are throwing y'all. Me too. All right, look at part C. Look at part C. -11. That was for B. Yep. Wait. I did, because I wanted you to rewrite it and erase it, and I didn't think I had room right there. All right. Let's do C. All right, F of 5. Look, guys, focus. I'm not trying to do this the whole entire time, so I want you to have time to practice. But okay, Samik, turn around. Samik, turn around. Samik, turn around. That's. Put your pants back on. Put your pants leg back on your pants. All right. F of 5. F of 5. Erase every X and replace it with a 5. Negative. All right. What's 5 to the second power? 25. So I got negative 25 plus what's 6 times 5? Add them together. What do you get? Samik. Oh, you're doing them. No, you're doing the others, but. All right, look. Everybody look at this one. This one asked me a couple of things. Look over to the side. If this is the graph of f of x, okay? This is the graph of, pay attention, Samik. I can't teach you if you don't pay attention, so listen. If this is the graph of f of x, and I ask you to find f of negative 4, here's what I'm going to do. Make yourself a note. I'm going to look where x is negative 4 on the graph. Okay, so look at the graph that you have. Where is x negative 4? What is the y value that goes with negative 4? 2. Why? Because if you look, it looks like it goes up to 2. Okay, look at your graph. If I ask you for f of 0, what is that? 0, because it's right here. You're finding the other half of the point, okay? All right. I want you to finish this.